When I think of swimming, I think back in elementary school, and I would swim summer league in our subdivision pool, and I'd go there for practice in the morning, go home, and then a few hours later head back and spend the whole day there just being outside, being with friends, and just having a good time at the pool all day in the summer. Really just a way to be competitive, to compete with my friends, and it was also, very social, building relationships and with my teammates and my friends. At our subdivision pool, we had a high dive, and I was terrified to go off of it. And I remember some of the lifeguards kept trying to bribe me with candy, like, "Oh, we'll give you a Snickers bar if you go off." And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And then finally, the last day the pool was open the whole summer, I finally went off. I remember I popped back up after popped back up from underwater, and I was like, I want to do that again, and spent the whole day going off. That's kind of my first memory at the pool. I think I always just felt at home in the water. Trying to do any sports on land, I liked them. I was never really that good. In the water, just really felt natural, felt like being at home, and I knew I was good at it. So that's kind of why I stuck with swimming and got more into it. When I made the decision to come to Michigan State, I was deciding between 3 or 4 other schools that I had taken visits to, and I just remember thinking, Michigan State was where I could have it all. The best fit academically, athletically, and just the team atmosphere. Just all seemed like a really good fit, and it kind of just came down to a gut feeling, just walking on campus and feeling like this feels like home, this feels right.
The first time that I met Scott, we're both from Illinois, and when I was in high school, I was really big into college recruiting. When we were visiting Michigan State together, I was like, oh my gosh, Scott Piper, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. I know all about you. And he's like, oh, thanks. It was a really fun experience. We took 2 recruiting visits together, and then we decided that we would be roommates, and the rest is history.
When we met Scott, we didn't think we were going to get him to come to Michigan State. And when we convinced him to come here, the one thing I remember about him is his goal was to make a difference. He wanted to make a difference on the team, and he wanted to make an impact. He's a very hardworking kid, very intelligent, fits in really the mold of a lot of the people that we've had on this team maybe in the last decade or so. Very driven, and he cares a lot about his teammates. He's just an overall really great kid.
One of our core values on the swim team is mudita, and it kind of just means unbridled joy in others' success. When one of our teammates is racing, we're always up and cheering. When someone has a great time, we're always there to congratulate them. And I think that's especially important just in such a grueling and competitive sport that, we're all here, we're all one mudita, and we all take joy in others' success.
Last year he broke a varsity record that was held by an Olympian, a 3-time Olympian. He was the first team academic All-American. He's been involved in the Student Athlete Advisory Committee.
As he grew older and learned about more opportunities on the university, he was like, why not just add one more thing to the schedule? And once he added one more thing and realized he could balance it, why not add another thing? And for someone on the outside looking in, seeing the hours that he puts in, it's like, wow, I could never do that. He's very talented at what he does, but for him, it's just an everyday thing.
As an athlete at Michigan State, I think it's a really cool opportunity to have a platform where people aren't going to notice you have a voice. And so just being able to use that platform and give back and realize the opportunity that we've been given to support those around you. And as you keep climbing higher and reach higher levels of success, to make sure that everyone else is coming with you and to lift others up.
When we recruit kids, we tell them that our general philosophy is that if you come to Michigan State, you have the ability and the access and everything to be great at everything, right? You just don't have to be great in athletics, and you don't have to sacrifice your athletics necessarily to be great in academics. The way things go in the Smith Center and everything, the help that they get, and then our coaching and our coaching style really promotes people to be great and well-rounded, and he's really taken advantage of that.
I qualified for the Olympic trials in the 200 IM last year at the Winter Nationals meet down in Greensboro, North Carolina. I knew I'd been training well. I was just kind of going into it, trying to keep some pressure off myself and I'm going to go out there, see how fast I can go. And it was actually the first race of that meet for me in the morning in 200 IM, and I had a big time drop, and I missed the cut by a couple tenths of a second. And I was blown away. I was so excited even to be that close. And then later that session, my teammate Peyton swam the 50 free, and he qualified in prelims, and I saw him do it. Was thrilled at him, and I saw him finish, and I said, I can do that. I want to do that. I can get that done. So then that night at finals, swam even faster and was able to drop enough time to get the cut. And just touching the wall and looking at the board and seeing my time was just the best feeling in the world. That's a goal I've been looking for since I started swimming when I was 5. It's kind of, one of the peak achievements in the swimming world. So seeing that time under the cut on the board was just incredible. And then being able to climb out of the pool, wave to my parents in the stands because they were there, and walk back over to our team area on the bench, just back to my teammates, and to feel their support and love too. Yeah, it was a great night, a great race.
Scott and I both made finals that night, and I swam after him actually. And I remember I was in the race ready room, and I kind of saw his race on the TV, and I realized like, oh, it's right there. I like peeked my head out of the room, and I saw his last 50, and I was just screaming my head off because I knew he had a super race. And when he finished, I was super happy for him, and went up and gave him a big hug and told him I was excited for these next couple years and training together. So it was a special experience.
I really think in his mind, like a lot of the swimmers here at Michigan State, their ultimate goal is to try to get to the Olympic trials, and it's way out there. And when you finally achieve that, it's like, wow, I really can do this. And then that really opened a lot of things for him last season, because once he got there, you could just see the confidence flowing. It really took his swimming to another level.
One thing that comes to mind when thinking about my time at Michigan State is just being able to be competitive at a Big Ten school and be able to represent us and in the pool, and when I'm racing, and just being able to compete at such a high level, has been something that I've been working for my whole life, and to finally be able to do that and do it well thanks to the support at Michigan State is really special.
Scott Piper is a really, really good kid. He's exceeded our expectations here at Michigan State, and our expectations were pretty high when he came in here. He's been involved in everything, and he's been great at everything. So he's a real embodiment of what we try to do here.
He's been my roommate for every year here at Michigan State, so we know each other really well. We know what gets each other motivated. And I think just to continue that relationship in the future and push each other to our limits is something that I really look forward to and I'm excited about.
Just the relationships with my teammates, with my friends from my classes, it's just overall it's such a welcoming student body, and the faculty and everyone, it's just all one big Spartan family. Looking back and knowing I've made all these great relationships and that I'll keep them all heading into the future as an alumni too, it's really special.